The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
All right, everybody, we're live here. Holy cow. We're just jamming out, apparently. A lot happening. We are live here at the World Series of Poker evening show. Still some big tournaments going on and some wild and crazy play. It's kind of Steve Martin-esque in there on the final table, event 44. Wow, it's just been a lot of head shaking going on in there, to say the least. Certainly getting some discussion going on the live stream. We'll talk about that. We got the 50K. We've got Annie only, all sorts of fun stuff. But look who's here. I'm doing well. Are you hopping in here, Dan? You going to say hi, or are you going to eat first?
If you're done, if you have time.
Yeah, of course I do. Hey.
You were doing the recap.
Oh, I was just getting started. Just firing things up. Let's say hi to
Get update, and I should listen to your update. Did you finish it? I'd like to hear the update of what's going on.
Well, I can do that for you. Dan Heimiller join us, seniors champ, two-time World Series poker bracelet winner.
Yep.
Doesn't that sound good?
It does sound good. I wish it was 6-time. I feel like I'm in the second echelon here. You know, there's the top echelon, which I'd love to break into. I guess everybody would. The the 5, 6, 7 bracelet winners. Gold bracelet winners. Maybe I will. I've got the confidence. I think I've got a good enough game that I can win more than one of these. I've got 2 second places, and I think I have 2/3. I don't know whether it's 2 or 3/3. So, I've got a lot of. I had a lot of opportunities. 1 second place tournament, I could have had a bracelet if I would have called one bet. It was a limit game.
Oh.
The guy bet his last money into the pot on a bluff, and I didn't. I thought he must have it. He must have the hand. It was a. Should I tell you this hand?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, it was Mike. Well, I've got terrible memory, but it was Omaha Low a few years ago, and I check raised him on the flop. He re-raised me. I had a straight flush draw, and it was Omaha Low. I had I believe it was like a Jack 10 4/4 in my hand, and so I flopped a straight flush draw, which was good enough I decided to check raise him. He re-raised me, and then I checked. He bet on the turn, and I checked that he bet his last bet into the pot. His last dollar into the pot, and I'm staring at a pair of 4s. That's what I got. You know, so in Omaha, pair of 4s looks really bad. I don't want to tell you exactly what he turned out. He had flopped a straight flush draw too, and he had absolutely nothing on the end, ace king high, but he put his last dollar into the pot, which I didn't think he would be capable of on a bluff, especially with that kind of action, and I didn't think. For the life of me, I couldn't. He had the smaller straight flush draw, and we both made nothing. And so he put his last dollar. I had a pair of 4s, which would have been a winner, and it would have got me another gold bracelet if I would have called him. Instead, he came back from that hand and beat me heads up.
Wow,
it's funny.
That's incredible. But it's we see a lot of those those type of things happen. People will maybe not make a call they should, or a bracelet will get away from them for whatever reason. How do you come back from that? Because obviously you've done very well in your career, so you managed to come back here and do okay. But what do you do mentally to pull yourself back from that and just put it out of your mind for forever?
I never put that. Obviously, I've been dwelling on it for over 3 years. I think it's 3 years ago it happened.
Wow.
Or 2 years. Well, no, that doesn't bother me. It's funny now, but these are funny because I've won so many tournaments that I know I'm capable of winning. It's not like I've had nothing but final tables and no wins. I have a good percentage wins, and it's over 10%. So I think the best players have a very high percentage winning compared to final tables. If they might make the final table 10 times and win 4, the best players, which is something that I still have to strive for. But I still have a higher percentage of wins, more than 10% wins. So I'm doing better than average. What was? Oh, I wanted to give him a sales pitch again about my 2% giveaway.
Yes, we definitely can't forget to do
that. I'm giving
that.
away 2% of my final event at the World Series, the main event, which is probably going to be worth $200,000.
Yeah,
because $10 million is guaranteed for first.
Mm-hmm.
And if to a random Twitter follower who retweets the promotion, I'll put a promotional tweet out every day stating that I'll give away 2% of my final event. So you have to retweet that and follow me, and then you have a shot at the $200,000. And I'm just trying to do it to increase followers, and I don't really have anything to sell yet. But I don't know. I guess I'm not even sure why I need more followers. I just think sometimes I spend a lot of time writing tweets, so you hope that someone will read them.
Yeah, pretty much. I know that feeling. Absolutely.
Yep,
sure. Plus, you could sell that shirt. That's pretty nice, actually. I like that. Your shirt.
This shirt?
Yeah.
Oh no,
that's a nice shirt.
Usually I have. I would try to sell T-shirts with some kind of saying on them. I love funny T-shirts, like my winner Chicken Dinner T-shirt. That I probably try to sell that on a website one day, and then there's the winner Chicken Dinner, old guys rule shirt.
There you go.
I'm going to probably sell that line, which is they have their own website, but I'll probably try to resell them, make an extra buck.
Could I suggest a joint T-shirt with Alan Kessler?
Yeah.
The winner chicken dinner with a chainsaw on it. Now that is going to sell big. You know that, right? So I mean, you got to work out a good deal with Alan. He'll be tough, but still, that wouldn't be a bad shirt.
He has his chainsaw shirts. I think they are flying off the shelves. That was a comical moniker for him. Everybody thought it was funny. At first, he didn't think it was not so funny. I guess I don't know why. I think it made him look like he was crazy. I guess.
Of course.
But then later on, he loves it.
Well, he is crazy. We know that.
Alan Kessler is something else.
He is something else.
Well, he's very opinionated and he's logical. So when something's wrong, he likes to talk about it. He likes to mention it, like what's better. There's been many mistakes over the years at the World Series as far as structure and whatnot, and sometimes these guys running the tournaments are too stubborn to change. But he's helped improve the structures here.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's made a lot of great contributions to the game. And, this World Series, though, it's been very interesting. We've been seeing, some numbers down this year. And, there's a lot of competitive events going on around here, too. But
the 50K was down.
Yeah.
Big
and,
time.
Down
the 50K used to be 132 last year, and I think it was maybe
102.
102.
Yep.
And I asked Andy Black what he thought about that, because I thought it was odd. I'm saying, what happened? And he said there's some reasons for Daniel Negreanu. This is what Andy Black thought that there would be a lot late registers, but not enough to pull it up. Mm-hmm. But Daniel Negreanu mentioned there was a lot of 10Ks this year. There was a lot of 10Ks, more so than ever before, and the 10Ks were many of them were above last year's. Is that true? I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Yeah.
If you check out all the events, how are we doing? Did you check that yet or no?
I haven't gotten a full count on everything yet, but I know it was up 20 after the Millionaire Maker, but it was down 10 for everything after that. So it's been a fairly significant drop here. And,
you know what? There could be something else. They had extremely late registrations in many of the tournaments. So what's occurred is these really good players are playing every event. They don't miss an event. It's less likely to miss an event. So what can occur is they can be stuck in another event and not be able to play the 50K because they're in another event. Someone like Phil Hellmuth might be in the other event, and because he's deep in another event, he can't play the 50K.
Sure.
So literally the long registration will decrease the fields in any tournament they overlap.
That's a good point.
But the overall money and the overall entries is really the bottom line. And I guess we won't know until the final event whether the World Series is up or down. But you might do an estimate. I think everybody's curious about that. Is there more money in poker or less money in poker? I think there's always more money in poker, but where is it? It's all over.
I had an interesting discussion with a younger player the other day who essentially said to me, look, the moneymaker boom happened 11 years ago. You basically have a 10-year sample where everybody and their grandmother thought they could play poker. And as time has gone on, those players that weren't good have now been weeded out. Mm-hmm. They're not around anymore. And that could be a long-term reason why we're seeing some numbers go down, because people have just realized that they're not good poker players, so they've gotten out of the game.
You feel that everybody that had a chance who wanted to play tried it, and those have been and many of them have been filtered out because they lost the amount of money they're willing to risk, and they quit.
Yeah.
Now we have there's how many billions of people in the world now? 9 billion? I don't know what it is, but it's a lot. It's 8 billion, 6 billion. I don't know. But it's a good concept. But there's a flip side, is that not everybody in the world's tried to play poker, and so there's a lot of people left, and also the world economy is doing pretty well. The U.S. economy, the wealthy people are still here. They're getting richer than ever, but the world economy is doing really well. China and many other Africa, believe it or not, is an upswing in their economy, and these other countries will produce a huge number of new poker players. I guess Macau might be a testament to that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And we'll see. You might be able to see this in the coming up, the WSOP Asia, which will be in Melbourne, I think. And you might see a large field show up there. And I'm going to show up. And because of the Asian and look at Poker Stars, they've got all these Asian tours now. Of course, there's more than one Asian tour, not just Poker Stars, and it could be maybe the sheer number of large tournaments throughout the world that might have drawn a little bit of money away from the World Series itself. But we haven't. We'll see when the final count comes to it. But there's only one World Series of poker, so these players around the world, new players, no matter where they're at, no matter how many tournaments they play, I think they're going to want to come to the final event, the World Series.
Yeah. And
so you never know. I think it'll be up. I think it'll be up. I think it'll be up this year. I think it'll be up every year. I think that maybe it's because of the huge number of tournaments around the world that some of the other events are not up.
I think it's been interesting too that a lot of the other casinos here in Las Vegas have been doing a really good job with their scheduling. Finding what you consider a weak spot in the WSOP schedule and saying, look, here's our spot. Let's exploit it. Like, the Venetian had a big tournament today that had a great tournament, $1,100 buy-in. I think had a huge turnout over there. And, people went and played. And, Binion's had an event. The ladies' event was going on over there.
Yeah, the Venetian,
they
should have had a late registration. They could have got me over there. They blew it. I think they have a relatively, they don't do the super late registrations at Venetian. I think they do say 3 hours. What were you saying about the?
But the numbers may be down a little bit over here because other casinos are starting to get smarter about where they're putting their events against the World Series schedule. Because obviously, if you want to try and run an event against what's happening over here, you've got to be smart about it and find the right place to put it. And it seems like
all over town,
everybody's doing a good job in terms of, okay, I think this is a spot we can hit it, so we're going to hit it, and look what happened.
Yep, and no matter what your budget is, you can find the perfect tournament in Vegas with a large field or a small field, whichever you like. It's amazing how many places have come up with series. Downtown, Golden Nugget, Binion's, Venetian, Planet Hollywood.
Yeah, even they're in on
everywhere.
It now.
Yeah, it's something else. I guess the total amount of tourists here for the World Series, 100%. It's larger than any year. But some of them come and they play at the other casinos. They have a limited bankroll. You can't play these events if you add them up. I don't know what it comes to. Did you check it out? I'm gonna guess. I don't know.
I'll have to do some math. You're going to make me do math after the show tonight. You know
it's
that.
got to be about
Thanks
350. Yeah, I know you got a couple things. 350,000. I don't know. If you play them all, it's maybe more.
That's a good chunk of change. That's for sure.
Well, then of course with one drop, that makes it 1,350,000. I'm going to probably play a satellite for it.
Oh, there you go.
No, they have. I think they have a satellite into the 25K. A satellite into a satellite. That one might. I'm going to guess it's a $1,200, $1,300 satellite to get into the $25,000 satellite to get into the one drop. But I wish they would have a satellite into a satellite into a satellite into. Oh, wait a minute. A satellite.
So like 150.
Into a satellite into a satellite into the one drop.
Yeah, so you're looking at like a 250, 300 and work your way up.
That would make sense. That would make sense.
That'd be fun.
Everybody could take a shot at the one drop. I mean, literally, they could that's what they should have done. $150 tournament to get into the $1,200 or $1,300 one to get into. That would have been a bright promotional idea. Because some people, it's $1,200 is $1,200. It's a lot of money to somebody delivering pizzas.
Yeah, to an amateur player. I mean, that's a buy into one of the events.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Do you take that, or you try to take a stab to go up 4 steps to get into the one drop? I mean, I think I'm just going to take a stab at a WSOP regular bracelet event and go from there. So
if they had $150 satellite, I would have staked like 10, 15 people just for fun.
Yeah, that would be a great investment, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of railbirds that have a lot of character that you'd love to see win one of these. Now I'm not going to. You had a guy the other day that has a lot of character, a very funny guy, Raymond Davis. I got to go over. He's not a railbird, but he's a character. I'd like to see him at a final table on television. He was my Facebook friend off and on because sometimes he gets a little caustic. I don't know what the word for it is. So he's been my Facebook friend. Then I defriend him because we get in some argument, and I'm trying to. He's a funny guy. I mean, he makes jokes. I make jokes. We insult each other back and forth. Then I defriend him, and then he's my friend again. And then I defriend him. I probably defriend him 3 times already.
That's great
because he's I don't know. There's been things coming and going. It's funny though. He's all right. We're on good terms now, I guess.
Well, that's good. You got to stay on good terms with him.
I got to go over that interview that you had with him because he's pretty funny, huh? Was it a good interview the other day?
He's on. Yeah, I've had him on a few times.
Yeah.
He's a good buddy of mine. He brings some good stuff to the table.
There are some characters there on the rail that I'd like to stake in the small one drop. And if they made all the way, it'd be hilarious. There's one guy, Cowboy. What's his name? Paul. He was in a movie called Poker Bust-Outs. There's a movie called Poker Bust-Outs, and he was one of the guys they were talking to because right now he's a little low on luck this day. But the guy must be. He looks like he's about 100 years old. He looks like a cowboy. Wow, he's a character. I'd love, you know what I'd do if I had enough money? I'd produce a television show for poker, but a tournament, but it would have nothing but characters at the table.
Yeah,
guys who talk up a storm, and are someone like Raymond Davis or Mike the Mouth. Matiso, just invite people that are really hilarious or wild, and then so that would be good ratings, I think.
Yeah.
I should have told you this on this show because I was planning on doing this one day, and now somebody else is going to do it.
You and I'll talk. We'll talk, Dan.
Okay, don't.
We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk later.
Oh yeah,
Not
maybe,
right now. I mean,
yeah,
we're
maybe you
talking
can
now,
help me do it.
but we'll talk later. We'll talk.
Yeah, you could do the business end of it, or you could help me produce it because it's your business.
Yeah, we'll discuss it. That sounds like fun. So, by the way, now let me ask you about this big one coming up on Thursday, the Monster Stack. This is looking like it is going to be an earth-shattering event around
That's
here.
funny you should say that because it's amazing how many people that I've just random conversation they brought it up, and just today a guy in the hall says, "You know what? There's some people that are only going to play one tournament at the World Series that have they have $1,000. Their pizza delivery guy, he's only got $1,000 to play. They skipped the $1 Million Maker and opted to go for the Monster Stack because of the extended play. There's a little bit more play, and is it 4 days?
Yeah, it's a 4-day tournament.
Okay, I think they're going to be overwhelmed. Because it's amazing how many people brought that up in casual conversation. There are a lot of people that, if they got limited bankroll, that's one of the tournaments that they picked. Everybody picked that one. To me, it's...
See, I don't know.
I don't know about
I mean,
me. I like bigger money, but you know what? It's going to be huge money, I think.
It's going to be fascinating. I don't know. They're probably up to a couple thousand registering. They were around 1,300 last night, and I haven't gotten a number yet from today where they are. But, yeah, I mean, this is...
They're going to be overwhelmed.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a one starting day.
Yeah, one start.
Okay.
So that's going to be it. So
I wonder whether there's a chance of selling out. Wow.
They're going to try to avoid it, but the WSOP staff has been saying that they're going to try and make sure.
They have that super late registration.
Yeah, and
so
they can get people as alternates and so on.
That is one reason that they won't sell out at 8 p.m. It's like 8:15 p.m. That's typical for a 12 noon tournament.
Right.
So that's wow. Because of the late registration, I think that they can take as many people as possible. I wonder how many. What's the maximum registration they've had so far? Like say the Millionaire Maker with 2 days.
Oh, yeah. They ended up with 79.77 on that.
Oh, you remember 79.
Yeah.
79.77.
But of course now they're running 2 flights, and you get knocked out of one, you get in the other. So I don't know if they're going to hit that number, but like a 5,000 wouldn't shock me. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't shock me.
Wow, that's good.
So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be a decent prize pool.
Oh,
not
shit.
bad.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I think I'd rather play the Millionaire Maker though. I don't know. I mean, you get all the extra chips, but the blind levels are an hour, I think, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, you're getting a little bit of extra play, but
is it the same structure and blind levels as the $1 Million Maker? Or
I believe it is. Yeah, I think the structure is the same on that. Yeah, I can find that real quick, but so I think it's going to be it's obviously going to be an exciting event, and we're going to be seeing people lined up all the way down the hall on Thursday morning because they're too dumb to come down and register tonight. Dan, tell everybody they should register early. Just tell them.
I hope they register late, because I don't want to be shut out. I usually I play tournaments as they come up, so I will probably want to be the late registers. I don't like to register and then be forced to show up at 12 noon because my stack will be blinded off. I usually like to come in at 2 o'clock and then sit down a few hours late. Basically because I'm lazy and stupid, but that's what I sometimes might be a reason for my losing streak. I'm on a terrible losing streak. I didn't mention this, the worst losing streak that I think I've ever had, maybe close, and I'm sure everybody will shed a tear for me but before that, obviously I won first place at the seniors event. Mm-hmm. But I had 15 tournaments in a row I got no money out of, and I usually don't tell people when I lose streak, but this is like the worst, possibly the worst one I've ever had. 15. Wow. I don't remember having 15 tournaments in a row. That I can't remember ever doing that before. So hopefully I can crack that streak. But I don't think anybody's, like I said, no one's going to shed a tear over that because I nailed a big one. So that that big one paid for like 200 entries in poker tournaments.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's decent. I mean, I could live with that.
Yeah, I'm sort of like the lose streak doesn't bother me money wise, but it's interesting. I never thought that would happen.
By the way, I got to do this real fast. I have to publicly thank this man right here, Al Can't Hang, because Grimaldi's delivered free pizza for the media today. I couldn't leave the booth, and this man brought me pizza. And I want to say, from the bottom of my heart, greatest human ever. Thank you so much, Al Canhang. You're the man. Thank you. Thank you.
Is there any left?
Oh,
There's some white pizza up there.
oh,
my
there's
God.
still left? Wow.
All right, I'm gonna try to, buddy.
Up in
Be,
the booth up in Amazon.
oh,
Oh, man.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to be pretend like I'm gonna try to go
Here, I'll
do
give-
an interview up there.
I'll give you this. I'll give you this because we,
Gavin into the Brazilian room already. So.
you know, I know there's no mustache there, but I'll give you this. You know, and maybe you can weasel your way up there and get
Okay.
a couple pieces of pizza. Bring me one back.
Okay, if I have to pencil in a mustache,
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yeah, we can do that. We got that. That's all good. We got it. We got it. As your answer, your question on the structures, by the way, yeah, it looks like the same. 25-25 to start. 1 hour blind levels. So,
That's
Yeah.
gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting to see how many people show up for that. Because literally, there's a lot of people say that's if they have just one buy-in, they're gonna pick that one.
yeah, I don't. It's just the chips, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I kind of lean towards the $1 million guarantee. I like having those 7 figures up at the top, guaranteed. That's all right.
Yeah, that does it.
You know?
That gets people to show up too.
Yeah, I think I'd rather shoot for that than get an extra day of play. I don't know.
They're all good.
They're all
You
good.
know,
They're all
even
good.
the small one pays pretty damn good.
Yes, that is very true. Of course, we're on with Dan Heimiller here, a seniors champion, 2-time World Series of Poker bracelet winner, and of course, you played the Poker Players Championship this year, and
I did.
didn't quite
did.
turn out the way you wanted.
It was scary. It was irritating. Yeah, irritating. The first day I was like number 10 in chips. After the first day, believe it or not.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then
And then I think I jinxed you because I said, wouldn't it be cool if Dan won the Poker Players Championship and the seniors title in the same year? And
so it was you.
So it's my fault.
It was
you can blame me.
a lot of people expected me to do well once I was 10th in chips. But you know what 10th in chips was? It wasn't even double my chips.
Right.
Because the first day, it's a very slow tournament. It's a 5-day tournament. And so I didn't even have double my chips. I had like 245,000, and we start with 150,000 in chips, and I got 245,000. And I had pocket aces and no limit. I was at about 245,000. I got pocket aces and no limit, and a Jack 3 of spades beat me. That idiot. He came in on the button. I did a raise, a small raise, and I guess I got punished for it. The Jack 3 of spades come in on the button, and he made his flush. He had such a bad flush, he never put a bet in. I bet all the way. He was so afraid that I had a bigger flush that he just called. He turned the flush, and that took me down maybe 70,000-80,000, and then the Raz took me down most all the rest of my chips. The Raz. I guess I gotta start reading some Raz books. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, what are you gonna do? It happens.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm giving away 2% of my final event in case somebody. Well,
yeah,
I
big
guess
promo here. Don't want
2%
to
of my
forget that.
final event to a random Twitter follower. Yeah, now I'm going to wait till tomorrow and play the 5K tomorrow. 5K, which would be nice turnout. And there's an 8-game tomorrow too. I love the mixed games. If you look at my record, a lot of my top 10 finishes have been in odd games rather than no limit. So I love the mixed game, but unfortunately the no limit is where the money's at. So I'm going to play the 5K no limit and hopefully stay in that.
No, it should be a good time. We're looking forward to seeing maybe a repeat bracelet winner for you, Dan. That would be cool. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I should go. I have a chance to pull it off. That's not too many people have that shot. There's one guy who's our friend who's got 1-2 right now and is point leader.
George Danzer.
Yeah, he's a great player.
He's amazing, isn't he?
He's one of the people that I don't want at my table ever, and so he's point leader right now.
Yeah, by a lot.
I don't think I can't, even if I win one, I'd have to win 2 more because my seniors doesn't count towards points.
Right.
being a. I guess there's no skill involved. They don't give any points for that. Oh well, a long way to go. A lot of money left. Did you have any more questions, or I think I'm going to run off?
Oh, go right ahead. It's all good. Hey, I appreciate you stopping in.
Okay, thanks,
Always
Mark.
a pleasure, Dan. Good to see you. So there you go. Dan Heimiller joined us on the show. At Dan Heimiller for a chance to win 2% of Dan's earnings in the main event. So make sure you get on there and follow Dan on Twitter, and you see the promo. He'll put a promo tweet out. You got to retweet that.
Live, or is it
Yeah, I'm live.
Okay.
I'm live. Yeah, you betcha. It's only one way to do it. Taped is boring. That's no fun. It's too easy. I like to make it a challenge and go crazy.
Okay, it's a dinner break. If I see anybody interesting, I'll try to steer them over here.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right. So there you go. Dan Heimiller stopping by. And, talking about everything going on here at the World Series. Great discussion with Dan. All right. Let's get a commercial break in, and we're going to be right back here on the show. Of course, a lot of news going down, and, we'll catch you up here in just a little bit. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for joining us.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker felt. So go there now with the promo code HOKE. That's HOKE for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now go gear up. Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel apparel.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Okay, we are back live on the show. How's everybody doing tonight? And got the Skype line open for you. I may get interrupted. We have somebody taking a look at here, but it's all good. We are ready to take your calls if you'd like to give us a buzz. 702-997-3015 is that call-in number. If you feel like giving us a ringy-dingy, as the kids used to say. They don't say that now. Ringy-dingy. A lot going on today. I see Joe is out there. Joe, unfortunately, was sick today. Couldn't come in today. I know he was kind of fighting off a cold, and hope he got some cough drops. That would be a good thing. But so many, we have one bracelet down. We got another one that we'll give you an update on and let you know where that is in just a second. But, of course, Jordan Morgan defeats Evan McNiff. Do not go by the Bartjan Dijkstra that's accidentally failed on the MyStack app. Jordan Morgan taking on Evan McNiff this morning after just about 7 hours total heads up. They went 6 hours last night. Didn't get to play for long today because the blinds just swallowed these guys up. They were up all the way to level 31. probably got to 32 today. But pretty tough one there for those guys. Jordan Morgan, though, comes up, wins the race with sixes against Ace King, and captures the bracelet in event number 44. So congratulations to Jordan Morgan, new bracelet winner here at the World Series of Poker. Event number 45. This one has been catching a lot of attention because, quite frankly, it's been a fair amount of amateurs on the show or on the in this tournament, and it has whittled down to 3 players. And let me tell you something. Even though there's been some very unorthodox plays in this table, from everything that I've seen, and a lot of people saying so on the live stream, they have been just clobbering each other. I mean, this is like having a John Cena, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin in a match. I mean, they are just not pulling any punches here. And right now, Will Givens has reasserted himself. He was my pick to win this table, and it's looking pretty good for Will Givens at the moment. But the thing is, these guys have just been finding ways to give chips up and all sorts of wild stuff happening. Some great battles on this table. But Will Givens, of course, who finished 4th in the event Dutch Boyd won, and great online player. Was if you look him up, he had a major hot streak going on right before Black Friday, is now up to 2.6 million. Paul Sokolov, friend of Justin Van Oliver, and trying to get that first Canadian bracelet of the year, is at 1.5, and Angela Prada Moed is at 1.3. All 3 of these players have held the lead at some point today. Moed came into today with the lead. Sokov had it at the dinner break. Givens now is out in front. I mean, these guys have just been crushing each other on this table, and there is still a long way to go on this, with it being at 20,000, 40,000, 50 or 5,000 ante. So pretty good one going on right now with Givens and Sokolov and Prada Moed taking each other on in event number 45. We have event number 46, which, of course, is the Poker Players Championship. And let's see what is happening in there right now. Of course, one of the big stories of the day. Number one, Adam Levy sent Phil Hellmuth packing, and he wasn't real happy about it. But Doyle and Todd Brunson on the same table in this tournament, and we'll see where they stand right now. Listing 32 remaining. And I got to tell you, they're playing for 2 more days of this. The structure will probably happen, but it has been quite entertaining. Looks like they're a little bit behind on who's in, who's out. But at the moment on your chip counts, Jason Mercier has cracked the 1 million chip barrier. First player over that one. As far as we can see, Gary Benson is in second, Jesse Martin in third. Jonathan Duhamel stands in fourth. We have Scott Seaver in fifth, Abe Massari in sixth. Alan Kessler, not far back, is in seventh. He's at 735,000. Day one chip leader Matt Glantz still in there, 710, doing well. Brock Parker at 600,000. Elke is at 570. Roland Israelishvili standing at 500,000. Frank Casella, John Hennigan, David Steike, who was up towards the top of the board, just hasn't, not that he's played badly or anything, just really hasn't gotten anything going today. He's in 14th. Calvin Anderson, Andy Block, Brandon Shaq Harris. Again, are you kidding me? This guy is having an amazing World Series. And, obviously this would, if he could win this, would go a long way in catching George Danzer, who has opened up a massive lead in the Player of the Year race. John Manette, Sloppy Claude, David Oppenheim, Chun-Li Zhao, Phil Ivey still listed in there, Robert Mizrachi, and quite a few others. Let me go to the updates because, like I said, they're listing 32, but the chip counts are just a tad behind here. And, yeah, we do have some eliminations. Roland Israelishvili has been knocked out by Melissa Burr. And, boy, has she been playing a great World Series this year. I believe 3 final tables. And now Burr, who has just been scrapping for the last 2 days, now goes to over 500,000 chips and eliminates Israelishvili. Phil Ivey is out of the Poker Players Championship as he's been eliminated by Scott Seaver. And let's see, I guess pair of fours against Seaver's aces. So Phil Ivey just one cash in this World Series, but Seaver goes to 910,000. Lyle Berman doubles and then is out. So Mike Leah, he managed to get a little bit out of Leah, but then Berman busts out the next shortly after, and Lyle Berman has been eliminated. Frank Casella with a big hand taking on Steike, and he moves up along with John Hennigan. So Frank Casella goes to 480 and looking pretty good. Of course, Mercier, first player over 1 million, and he got into a little bit of an interesting pot with Alan Kessler and Steike. That's been a pretty tough table there. Brian Hastings is out. Casella knocks Brian Hastings out of the Players' Championship, so he is eliminated. And let's see, we had Scott Seaver taking care of Talal Shakurchi. So Shakurchi is out. Duhamel got a big hand on Calvin Anderson, scoops it. He moves up.